Hello and welcome to Aging is for Everyone. I'm Laura Mondello and I'm your host for the show. It used to be you stayed at home until you needed nursing home care. Well, now we have a lot more options available, but with options come choices, and you have to try and figure out what's the right choice for you. Here to give us some great information about options for senior care, we have a great group today. We have Tammy Schmidt from the Pines Healthcare of Machias, and Lisa Schlenker from the Bristol Home, and Cassie Radzewski, Weinberg Campus Amherstown Senior Apartment.
You got it.
I knew I'd get that out eventually. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The whole show today, we're going to focus on options for senior care. There's so much information out there, but people just don't know where to turn when they either want to change their lifestyle or when they're just looking for a new place to live, or they need health care services. So what are some of the options that older adults have to choose from? And whoever wants to jump in can jump in.
Well, certainly there's a number of options out there, and I can start specifically with independent senior housing, both low income and market rate apartments that are available and tailored to different sizes and needs. And from there, there's further options. There's enriched housing, there is supportive services in independent housing, there are adult homes, right on through to the nursing homes.
And we've got some levels of those levels
Absolutely.
here today. You know, we've got just independent apartments and adult care facility, and then the nursing facility.
Yes.
So I think that we've got a great panel today. So Cassie, what are some of the benefits of maybe just getting out of that house and moving to independent senior housing?
Well, immediately, certainly you have a apartment that is maintained. Services are provided for you, such as lawn care. So all those mundane things that you and I don't like to do are taken away and taken off the plate. And then there are the options of indoor communities, in quality of life, having neighbors next door that are like you, that you can socialize with if you choose to, participate in activities, and really have a strong sense of community.
And I think that's great, because a lot of times people get isolated as they age. Their friends die or they move away, and then you find that they just don't have friends around. So that may be something, somebody's sitting at home alone now going, wow, maybe that's a good thing to look into. So when do you think is the right time to make that move from home to either a senior apartment or for instance, a senior apartment, or maybe it's the right time to move to assisted living?
Well, I think like Cassie said, when you're living at home and you're at that level, the apartment level, whereas you find someone and you're looking for them to participate, or they're looking into doing lawn care and things like that. At the assisted living level, we would help with housekeeping, laundry, cooking, all of those good things, also with the complement of activities and things like that as well. Like Cassie said, if you no longer want to do those things, the assisted living level is the right place for you.
And I think that's important, because a place where you can get your meals is very essential, because again, that's another thing that you see the decline in seniors when they stop eating. And if you don't want to cook anymore, you still have to eat.
Yes.
And some people just won't do Meals on Wheels at home either. So say that we've gone from that senior apartment, or maybe it's time to move to an assisted living adult care facility. What's the time when people need to move into a nursing home?
Generally, nursing home care becomes essential when you're unable to do the regular activities of daily living, which may include grooming and bathing, being able to eat and prepare your own meals. You may need feeding assistance after a stroke. Additionally, you might have a difficult time getting around, your ambulation. You may not be able to get from point A to point B in the house anymore. Additionally, you may need help with just everything in general that you would normally do every day, that you're struggling on a day-to-day basis to do the things that you need to do just to get out of bed and need help.
And most of the time, do you find at the nursing home level that are people coming from home, or are they more likely to be coming after something happening in a hospital? Or
At this point, people used to come from home, but that's a rarity for us to generally admit from the community. Most people come to us after hospital stays, after they may have had pneumonia, they may have fallen and broken a hip or a knee. They may have also just need short-term rehab and may have had elective surgery where they had a hip replacement or a knee replacement, need some therapies and some things to strengthen before they can go back home.
I was going to say that's always the good news now, is that we send those people back to you guys from the nursing home level, so or back to their own homes in the community. So I think that's great for people to know. Now, what if somebody is in independent housing and it turns out that they need a little bit more care, and they get to a point where they may need some home health care or something like that? Can people do that in independent housing, or do they then have to move?
Absolutely, and certainly there are independent housing options that can connect them with agencies in the community and assist them in that search. But absolutely, we always encourage them to seek out assistance that they can bring in, whether it's myself doing a referral or they have an agency in mind. But absolutely, anything to keep them safe and keep them in their home if that's what they desire.
And I think that's important for people to know, that once, even if you move into a senior complex, it's still your home. So you can have your friends come in, or you can have a home health care agency come in, which I think a lot of people, may think, oh, they're going to kick me out if I need a little help. So that's a good thing to let people know. I just want to point out, we do have, of course, a lot of information online for people now, and you guys are all members of a group called WNIASA, the Western New York Association of Homes and Services for the Aging, and I know you guys have a great website.
Yes, we have. We actually sponsor a website called WesternNewYorkSeniorCare.org, which provides a wide variety of resources for people to either choose facilities, to understand what needs they may need to have met in those facilities. So it helps guide them through the different levels of care, gives definitions, and helps them to choose what would be the best for either themselves or for their loved ones.
And that's Western New York, WNYSeniorCare.org.
Correct.
And then there's also the WNIASA website, which is WNYAHSA.org. And that's where folks can get links to all of your websites, too.
Yes.
And more information. So
Absolutely.
Great. So we'll be reminding folks of that throughout this program. So we'll be right back in another moment for more Aging is for Everyone.